Hi, Kylie here and welcome to my Plan With Me for September. So because it's September, then we're going to do spring again as the theme for the month, largely because it is spring, but also because flowers are quick and easy to draw. So yeah, why not do flowers? It's a nice thematic choice. I did spring last year for September as well, but I did it with, watercolours and everything else. So this year I decided I would switch it up a bit because I don't often use different types of pens and that at the moment. I largely am just doing, black pen and watercolour. So instead I decided I would get out my Sakura GellyRoll gel pens, because the colours are incredible in these pens. They're very bright and cheerful and happy, and yeah, so I thought I would do it with them. And while they do work very well on white paper as well, as you'll see in the rest of the Playing With Me video, they really pop on black. So I thought I would do a black page to stick in on the title page, and then the rest of it will all be on white, which is nice and easy. So these are my favourite gel pens that I've ever had. They just work really well. The mechanisms in them put down a lot of colour. It's very rare, and you'll notice a little bit later I do actually go over like the blue a little bit. That nib, for some reason, if I'm working on it on a certain angle, is a little bit drier. But then all I have to do is remember to turn it around and it works 10 times better. I just sometimes forget to turn it around because, yeah. So they're really, really nice pens to work with. You don't have to sort of go over things. They don't have gaps. They just put down a lot of really nice colour. So this is my little field of flowers that is the main part of my title page for September. So spring. We're coming into spring, which for us means that things will start to warm up a little bit, and that sort of becomes a little bit troublesome because I do live in an area that is very heavily surrounded by trees, and we are quite concerned that it might be a bushfire year. So as much as, I'm looking forward to warming up a little bit, I am also dreading moving into summer this year. So there's a little bit of, trepidation about it. So we'll see how that goes. So coming into spring, and hopefully for those in the Northern Hemisphere, that means that you'll start to go into a seasonal change into autumn, and hopefully all that horrendous heat that you've been experiencing will actually start to calm. That is, I think, the hope that we all have, that it's going to at least alleviate or start alleviating a bit. It's all really quite concerning what sort of climate change is doing to our world, and how dangerous it has become for certain people in certain areas. So, yeah, not something that, I don't know, I like to spend too much time on. I get enough of it in all of my other things that I do, so we don't need to discuss it here with my bullet journal. So whatever the temperature change is for you, I hope that it's something that you're going to enjoy. Let's just put it that way. Lots of flowers and lots of, for us, our first pregnant kangaroo in our yard. So for those of you who haven't been here before, I live in a little bit of a rural property in southern Tasmania, and we do have a lot of wildlife, so native wildlife just hopping around our land. We have wallabies, kangaroos and echidna that is randomly around. We have lots of birds. We do have a couple of snakes occasionally. We'll just ignore them and pretend I didn't say that. We also do have quolls, but they're a very nocturnal creature, so I very seldom see them. But yeah, so one of our kangaroos is pregnant at the moment, and I did manage to see the little Joey stick its head out of the pouch just before she hopped away the other day. So we will hopefully start seeing it a little bit more, sticking heads and arms and legs and bits and pieces out. It's probably still about a month before it's really going to start getting out of the pouch itself. So I do live in a very fortunate, lovely place where I do get to experience this wildlife while being, very much within a short, sort of 25-minute drive to the capital city of Tasmania. So, Tassie is quite small still, so that's all good. But yeah, so, spring is definitely here. Drawing up the quote or the lyrics for this month, it's Into My Arms by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. But I believe in love, and I know that you do too, and I believe in some kind of path that we can walk down, me and you. It's possibly my favourite Nick Cave song. It's just gorgeous. And so if you've never heard it, by all means, go and look it up. It's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah. And on this reflection page is probably my favourite flower I've taken to drawing. I like the structure and shape of it. It's really simple to draw. And yeah, I think with all the different flowers I've been drawing over the last couple of years, it's my favourite and it's super simple. So yeah, give it a try. It's nice and easy. But yeah, there's not really that much else that I want to say for this month. So I'm actually going to sign off here and just chuck some music on, and you can watch the rest of me drawing flowers and days of the month and yeah, all of that sort of stuff. But thank you very much for being here. I hope that you have a lovely September. And I hope to see you again for October's bullet journal. I've actually already come up with a theme for it. I've started playing around with a certain sort of motif and everything. So I've come up with a bit of a theme, and I may end up doing another pop-up. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see as I play with it what I end up doing. But yeah. You'll get a surprise when you come in October and see what's going to be there then. But yeah, have a lovely month, and thank you for watching this, and I really appreciate you. Thanks. Bye.